WLIJ.com.
A leader in pure classic country.
This is George Strait. How about them cowgirls?
98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ.
How about them, boys?
Good morning here on the Leader 98.7 FM, AM 1580 WLIJ. Wednesday, March 18th, 2026. And it's time for another Small Business Spotlight. Thanks to First Community Bank. Live from Studio B, we have some representatives from the Southern Cup here in Shelbyville, also Glass Hollow Table and Tavern. Mr. Chase Clanton, good morning, and good morning to everyone in Studio B.
Good morning, Producer Brandon. This is Chase Clanton with the Small Business Spotlight, brought to you by First Community Bank. Today, I'm joined by the Glass Hollow Tables, Jeb House, and the Southern Cups, Jen Buckner. Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, you guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you all doing this morning?
Great.
I'm doing great.
Good. I've gotten spoiled by this near 80-degree weather, and then this week it's in the 30s. It's snowing. I don't know what's going on, but I need somebody to turn the heat back on. I don't know who missed the bill.
Yeah.
But it's even caused some storm damage, I understand, at the restaurant.
It did.
It's crazy.
It did. Absolutely. It ended up turning some tables over, breaking an umbrella in half, all kinds of stuff coming in when it came in on Monday.
We can't predict this stuff, right?
No.
It's so unpredictable. But anyways, like I said, we're joined by folks from Glass Hollow Table and the Southern Cup today. So tell us a little bit about your businesses. Jeb, let's start with you.
So we officially opened in September of 2024. We've been working on the building for about 2 years before then for renovation-wise. We're 42,000 square feet under roof. Currently, we've renovated about 30,000 of that. We've got our steakhouse up front, which most people know us for. We do meals every day, Wednesday through Saturday. And then we've got private events that we do either in-house or off-site. And then we've got 4 short-term rentals, so Airbnbs that are upstairs, and all that kind of stuff can be found on our website.
Okay. Wow, 30,000 square feet so far?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize there was that much to it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a whole lot to that building.
Wow, okay. No wonder that's been several years in the making. That's a big project. Well, Jen, what about you? Tell us about the Southern Cup.
I've been the owner my husband and I have been the owner for 6 years. We purchased it from Candy Sowers and her husband, Josh.
Okay.
So we've just loved it. We've run it and served the community the best we can.
Yeah. Now, you're talking about how that was kind of a God opportunity that fell in your lap.
Yeah. At the time, I was working at Gateway Church for my pastor. I was his executive secretary.
Okay.
And then he asked me to take over the coffee shop at our church. So it kind of was falling apart. So I jumped in and kind of revived that and learned everything about coffee. And that's how it kind of became a God thing for me.
Sure.
At that time, Candy and I went to church together, and she told me that she was moving and that she was going to be selling her business. And and I talked to my husband. I thought, okay, God trained me for this. I'm ready for it.
Okay.
And so we purchased it about 3 days after that, and that's how it fell in my lap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Did you know anything about coffee prior to running it?
No,
Really?
Not till when I learned at my church about it. I mean, that's
Sure.
when I learned everything. But no, I never in my life dreamed I would be doing that for a business,
That's it's really interesting how God gave you that opportunity. It just came through like that.
Yeah.
How did you guys end up in the restaurant business, Jeb? I know you had a food truck.
I did have a food truck, so part of it for me is my background, educational-wise, has been accounting and finance, and I moved back home for a sales position here at a local business, and then we were looking to invest in some real estate, and that property, we happened to find it, made a deal with the owners that were local to here, Carolyn Price and Larry Price. Carolyn was an art teacher here at Central, and I believe at a couple other schools for a lot of people's lives, at least some of the Bedford County locals, and so we ended up purchasing the building for them and trying to find the best use for it, and that was a nicer restaurant is kind of what Shelbyville was looking for at the time, especially something locally owned.
Yes, I think it would be easy to just say, oh, well, let's bring in a Carrabba's or whatever. But not only is Glass Hollow Table so much more than a chain restaurant, it's locally owned. And so it gives us kind of a advantage, per se. It gives us a uniqueness factor.
It does. It's been very helpful for us as far as being able to engage with all the community locally, and then it does to help us with some staffing stuff, that folks know that we are local, we are here. This is just part of who we've been for a long time anyways, is trying to make sure that we're doing the best for our community.
Right. So it sounds like really providing that need, filling that need for the community was your driving to start it.
It is. We needed somewhere that was a little bit slower, that you could come in, and somewhere special that you could do birthdays, anniversaries, or somewhere where you're like, hey, we've got this really great restaurant for our friends that are coming into town, and I want to take you that and showcase that. That's a lot of what people are looking for, is they live here, but people think, well, Shelbyville, but then they'll come to the restaurant and be like, wow, okay, they're really stepping up, and especially with everything going on around the square with Groundstone too and all the rest of the development, it's been great.
Sure. Yeah, you guys are a major part of the upgrading and the facelift going on in Shelbyville in general, but especially the downtown square.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what inspired you guys to start your business? I mean, you kind of told the story of how it just kind of happened. Mm-hmm. But what did you find was a moment that inspired you to really go for it?
At the time, my dad had passed away from Parkinson's, and so I had to quit my job at the church to go home and take care of him in Indiana. Wow. So I kind of needed something to do, and so it just kind of, I knew when it approached me, I thought, all right, my husband and I prayed about it. We thought, all right, let's go for this. This is going to be great. We don't know really. We're jumping in it, but it's to serve the community, and it was in a great spot. We ended up purchasing the land that it was on when we first bought it.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, we were renting it.
Yes.
And then it went on the market, and we thought, well, gosh, we need to buy this. We don't want someone else to own it.
No.
So we bought it pretty quickly, and which is a scary move,
Sure.
Because it's an expensive piece of property, so you're like, okay, let's do this. And yeah, so it just really was totally God. I mean, I can't give him any more credit than I am. I mean, it's just such a blessing to serve the community and to bless people, and just to really see people happy to get coffee, and we get to learn about all the families, all the customers that come through.
Oh, yeah.
We know their drinks by heart. We know their kids. We know their life. And we even pray with people when they come through the line. Sometimes we
excellent.
hold them up. And, I had a lady the other day came through, and I gave her a free cup of coffee from the Pay It Forward, and she just started bawling.
Oh, bless her.
And I thought, oh my goodness, can I pray with you? I said, is it okay? And she said, I need it right now. And I said, well, we held up the line, but it was all right. But it was okay,
I think that's totally fine if you're going to hold up the line for a God purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe we won't give a full sermon. That might be a little excessive. But no, that's a great opportunity. What was your confirmation moment? I mean, it sounds like that alone could have been your confirmation moment. And by that, I mean, yes, this is what I was meant to be doing.
Yeah, once we got into it, pretty much the first month, I knew the love I had for it, and just to be with people. I love to serve people. I love to help people, and I knew that that's what I was called to do. Service
is a huge part of it. Mm-hmm. Service in many ways. It's not just transactional, buying a cup of coffee.
Right.
It's more than that. Jeb, what was your inspiration to start the business, and when did you know that you were doing the right thing?
Sure. So our inspiration for starting the business was, like I'd mentioned a moment ago, just to have that community restaurant where folks could be proud of that in your hometown, and somewhere that, like I said, is a little bit nicer, that you can come in, sit down, and share a lot of meals with family. I'll tell you, one of the things that I enjoy the most is I'll get on Facebook, either through the business page where people have tagged us, recommendations, all of that kind of stuff, or even on my personal. Mm-hmm. And for when people post pictures of people's birthdays, so we have just people that we know that we're friends with on Facebook, that you'll see Glass Hollow in the background.
Cool.
And so you know that that's somewhere that they've spent a special moment with somebody in their family, and it's been unreal to me to see the volume of that. There's not a week that goes by that I don't see at least part of our building in the background where we know that those special moments have been for them, their family, or different things that have gone on in their life.
Right, absolutely. So what was your confirmation moment where you're like, oh yeah, this was the right move?
I think the confirmation moment for me personally has been, so I have asked God a lot since getting out of college, trying to find my way in life as far as asking for patience and wisdom and things like that. I'm starting to get to the point to where I'm very careful at what I ask for these days because I've had to learn a lot of patience with this and earned a lot of wisdom along the way. And now that it's finally come in full circle to where I'm kind of understanding, hey, it's not just going to be given, it's going to come to you, but in the way that you need it best. And so I guess that's a good confirmation for me that we have been doing what we need to do. I'm finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel for the business, and things are looking really good.
That's excellent. Well, where are you guys located, by the way? Now, we talked about this with Jay Jordan. We asked this question, and I go, well, of course people know where Southern Cup is. Of course, we talk about it all the time. But there are some people who don't. So, Jen, tell me where you guys are located.
We're at 810 North Main Street. We're between Walgreens and the Christian Bookstore. And it's... a lot of people pass by or they don't know what we are, but I mean, we've got the sign up that says the Southern Cup and there's coffee beans on it.
Right.
But yeah, we talked about getting a digital sign, kind of.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so we're kind of saving up right now for that.
Okay.
To get that done, so that'll kind of be lit up at night. I try to decorate it for every season. I try to decorate the outside so people will notice it, but yeah.
And I noticed that, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
When it's Easter time, you've got Easter eggs, you've got wreaths, you've got like Easter grass going on. You got all the decorations going. And I noticed the improvements. And by the way, I mean, it's easy to see. You're right there on the side of the road. At 5 o'clock, people are backed up, heading one way or another down Main Street. Yeah. So they're going to notice it. And it's always tempting to pull in and get a cup. Jeb, what about you? Where are you guys located?
So we're located at 123 Southside Square. So we are on the back side of the square, right by the courthouse and right next to Coffee Break.
Right. Yeah, you're in between Coffee Break and the Grindstone if you cross the street.
Yep. And soon to be, hopefully, whenever we get the city gets the road finished between us and Grindstone, we'll have that as kind of a community spot there for a pedestrian walkway.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I think we talked to City Manager Scott Collins on Friday about that, and you guys are right there on that Riverwalk.
Yep.
That's going to be excellent. You can have Tavern cake as much as you want, and then you can go walk it off.
Absolutely.
Go walk it off. Your blood sugar will be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about your inspiration. I tell you what, let's take a 60-second break, and we'll be right back with more Small Business Spotlight here, brought to you by First Community Bank.
In our community, we believe in supporting one another. And at First Community Bank, we take that seriously. For generations, we've been proud to serve our neighbors with personal service that's as genuine as a handshake. Whether you're opening an account for your new business, saving for your child's education, or just need a safe place for your money, we're here with a commitment to the people of our hometown. First Community Bank, proud to be your hometown bank. Visit us today and see how we can help you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Friends don't let friends bank with strangers. They want you to feel welcome the moment you walk in. To be greeted by name with a smile that means it. To know your banker isn't just a voice on the phone, but a neighbor down the street. At First Community Bank, relationships matter. We take time to know your goals, your needs, and the dreams you're working toward. Because you're not a stranger to us. You're a friend. First Community Bank. Friends and neighbors first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here on First Community Bank Small Business Spotlight this morning here on WLIJ. And it's been such a special edition here for the First Community Bank program to have this Small Business Spotlight. And back with the Glass Hollow Table and Tavern and also the Southern Cup with Mr. Chase Clanton.
All right. Thank you, Producer Brandon. Yes, and shout out to First Community Bank and all their staff, marketing staff, Lucy and Kayla as well for helping put this together. We certainly appreciate them, don't we? What are you guys' hours? I want to make sure we touch on that. So, because, again, that's another thing. I know you guys are typically open till 6, right, Jen?
Yeah, we open at 5 a.m., closed at 6.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, and we are Monday through Saturday. We are closed on Sunday.
Okay.
Major holidays like Christmas, we're usually closed on that so our employees can be with their families.
Make your own coffee on Christmas, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't expect the Southern Cup to do that. But Monday through Saturday, 5 to 6, 5A to 6P, folks.
Yes.
All right, Jeb, what about y'all?
So our typical hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then once a month, we do a Sunday brunch buffet. That changes date-wise. It typically falls on major holidays. So this past one was St. Patrick's Day. Our next one will be Easter.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, when's your next one coming up? So it's going to be, is it Easter Sunday?
It is Easter Sunday.
Okay.
And we are open on a lot of the major holidays, and that is frankly just to be there for folks that either don't have all of the family support or just want to get out and don't want to have to cook.
I'd say you got just as much of that as you have not having the support. Sometimes it's easier just to get everybody together, head on down to a restaurant. And is that a reservation required type of thing? How does that work?
So for the major ones like Easter, yes, it does tend to be, just because we've got some specialty products that we're bringing in, like leg of lamb, prime rib, those kinds of things.
Okay.
And so those are typically a little bit more special menus. We are not reservation only throughout the week. We do just highly recommend them on Friday and Saturday nights. That's we can be pretty busy then.
Yeah, so on those peak times, make yourself a reservation. Make sure you get a table.
Yep.
Don't let your loved one get hangry, folks, okay? It's a PSA for you. And you know what? If that's going on, get a snack and a coffee at Southern Cup on the way down, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what do you guys love most about owning a small business? I mean, it sounds like it's a lot about relationships for you, Jen.
Yeah, I just love serving the community. We serve the police in town. You know, we give them free coffee.
Let's talk more about that. Yeah, tell me about that program.
It's been going on. I believe Candy started doing it in the beginning when she owned it. Of course, when we bought it, you know, we kind of expanded it more to the EMS, the ambulance drivers, 9/11 first responders, all of them. They come and they get a free drink a day. We also like to honor the widows and widowers, and so, of course, I need to find out if they are. Sometimes that kind of conversation I find out, and then I just want to honor those.
Sure, that just kind of comes up in the line.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does. Yeah, a lot of times we find out, they just lost their spouse, and even if you can just give, a free cup of coffee or, muffin or something like that, it's the little things that really matter.
It's a little token of joy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That joy can be really inspiring for people.
Yeah, and our employees are great. I mean, we've got 6 employees, and most of them have been with us for a long time, like the entire time. And so I've got a great manager. She's amazing. She's on maternity leave right now.
Okay.
Her name is Brittany He, and then my son-in-law does all of my social media.
Oh, yeah,
so it's kind of,
I follow
we're
that.
just a nice little knit family, and he's also my worship pastor at my church.
Exactly,
So he is so creative, and my daughter, the days I'm not working, I watch my grandkids, and my daughter, Allison, works for me at the coffee shop, so we have a lot of family.
Wow.
And it's just, we're just a great little Southern Cup family, and, I'm very blessed to have amazing workers. They're just amazing.
Very tight-knit, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even, so it sounds like internally and externally, it's pretty relationship-focused.
Yeah, it is.
Very good. Jeb, what about you?
Absolutely. So, at least for us, it is the building of the relationships for the customers that come in, but we are very big for our staff portion of it. I would say that from the business owner and me, we're a team, but a lot of us act more like family. It's taken a little while to get all of that stabilized some, and that's something that we're very protected of these days, is the culture of what we have in the restaurant, because you can see it on somebody's face when you come in, especially if a server's had a bad day or something along those lines. You kind of know as a guest when you come in, and so we're really big on making sure that everybody is supported in those avenues. And we've got a lot of young folks in there. I would say our average age across the restaurant is probably 22, 23. And so our average customer age is around 55. And so that tends to be a little bit of a generational gap there.
Sure.
We're trying to figure out how we can support our customers and support our staff all at the same time, because typically we can have anywhere from 20 to 30 running around at any given time as far as staff goes. And so being able to make sure they're taken care of, families are taken care of, all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Very good. So we've talked about local partnerships like supporting law enforcement and stuff in the area. And it's not just local law enforcement. I think I've seen state troopers in the line.
Oh, yeah. We get them all.
Yeah,
and they're all welcome. We just,
absolutely.
We want them. They matter so much because we've had some times that we had to call, the police to come to our shop, and a couple of times it's happened, and so and they get there within 5 minutes. I mean, because they're always driving by, and it's a very nice safety net for the girls, and we come in, we leave together, and we go in together because it's safety.
That is
first.
Good on you for planning that in advance.
Yeah.
Jeb, I think you guys do have a pretty good partnership with, like, the Chamber of Commerce, for example, but are there any partnerships that you guys are proud of in particular?
Yeah, we do. So just this last weekend, New Destiny Dog Rescue, they were celebrating their 10 years, and so I believe it was 10 years, and so they had a Yappy Hour program at some of the different restaurants, and so
Yappy Hour.
That's
4
great.
to 5.
I did not think of that.
I know, that'd be great.
Come
very
on,
cool.
yeah. Very cool. So what was that like?
It was good. So basically a portion of the proceeds, everybody that came in from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., all of that went to them. I know there were a few other restaurants that they started, I think, as early as maybe 11 or 12 that morning and went to about 7 that evening. So they just did an hour at each of the restaurants. And so we had a big group of them coming in. And then another thing that we typically do for, I guess it would be law enforcement or fire department, things like that, is whenever, like on Christmas this last year, whenever we have a bunch of stuff as far as like our prime rib and things that we do for our Christmas Eve dinners.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of times we'll take that stuff to those guys, either fire department or this past year,
really?
or at least on Christmas
wonderful.
was a police station. So at least the ones that were working, they got to have a prime rib dinner and those kinds of things.
Wow. That's nice.
Might need to be a firefighter. I was going to send it to break and make a call, but anyways, that's excellent. Because what else are you going to do with the extra material, the extra meat?
We've got the stuff there, and of course, we let our staff make plates and all those kinds of things whenever we get done. But it's one of those things to where who are the folks that we would want to go out and support on a day like today? They're in having to work. That's for us too in the service industry. We're coming in on those major holidays and working, and that is the next place that we go to. Is those guys, I'm sure, and girls would really rather be home with family, and so it doesn't happen all the time. It's a little bit more sporadic, but it does.
Sure.
It's a good thing.
Well, it depends on if you have any extra or not.
Yeah.
Good on you guys, because I understand the service industry, especially food service, to be quite strenuous, quite stressful, and unforgiving at times, if not very oftenly unforgiving. In some cases, it's probably best to receive no feedback than feedback, if that makes sense. But to still have the attitude to want to contribute to the local community in that way, despite the nature of that business, I think is a very admirable thing that you guys are doing. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. So what's next for the Southern Cup? I mean, you guys have got something going on that I'm very excited about. Even Elijah Kirby's been a part of it.
Yes, I know.
I'm sure you guys have a lot going on, but that's a big cog in the wheel.
Yeah, we're doing a Pay It Forward, and how that started was Whitney Carter, she's a realtor in town, and she called me one day, and she comes to our shop every day for coffee, and she said, I want to promote my business, and I want to use you guys. What do you think? And I said, well, let me talk to my son-in-law and let's get something together. And then we thought about this Pay It Forward.
Sure.
And so the day we did it, it was amazing. Everybody, that's when we were doing the time. So we had the time set up, and we had all these cars parked in the parking lot waiting for the time. They weren't even in line yet. And so I pull up, and I'm like, wow. And then Whitney pulls up, and she goes, oh my gosh. I mean, and then they all got in line, and then she added more money. She did like a total of $200.
Wow, she upped her bid.
She upped her bid.
Okay.
Did it again.
You need an auctioneer.
And she got to greet some of the people in the cars, introduce herself, which was great.
Excellent
idea. And
idea.
then we promoted her, and it has been wonderful for her, and she wants to do it again.
Wow.
So yeah, and we've had a couple of businesses do it twice, but it's really cool because it's new businesses, so they get to get their name out there, and they're just trying to, like all of us, survive, and they want to serve the community, and they love what they do. And so right now we're kind of on the schedule all the way up until like April 3rd. Wow. And we're getting 3 to 4 calls a day of people from Murfreesboro, so one from Unionville.
Okay.
So yeah, and we'll take anybody if they want to bless the community, that's what it's about, is to get their name out there so we can all do well together.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be a really popular thing for real estate agents in the area. I mean, let's go to one of the hottest coffee shacks and shops in town, and we'll greet people and sponsor your coffee.
Yeah.
And the good thing for you is that if somebody comes through on that, basically getting a free coffee, right?
Right. Yeah, we don't do the time anymore because it was getting a little bit more difficult having the time, you know.
Sure,
and we wanted to bless people that come on odd times. So we thought, let's switch it up so we don't tell anybody. And that's the neat thing when they pull up, because they're so surprised. Like, oh, I got the pay today. I got paid for it today.
I won.
Yeah. And
Everybody
it's a
wants
little
to
thing.
win.
Yeah. So we give them, whatever they want. And it's cool. It's just to see them light up and excited. And we've got one company that's going to do it just for kids. And that's coming up, where they're just going to, kids
cute.
that day they can either get a free treat or get we do milk, we do all kinds of stuff.
We do lots of different things.
Yeah. So, we have Italian sodas, we do smoothies, we do, chocolate milk, strawberry milk, that kind of stuff. And put the hose sprinkles in the whipped cream. We have fun stickers for the kids. And
I didn't know about that.
And they light up. The kids light up.
I would.
Yeah.
At 26.
Yeah.
That's great. And the good thing about that, too, is maybe somebody comes through the Southern Cup, just get a free coffee, trying it for the first time. You remove the barrier to entry, and then they go, wow, this is really good. I want to come back again, and you've got a new customer. Yeah,
we've had a lot of new customers recently, which is nice, because they're like, we never tried your coffee, or the line's been too long. And, and our goal is to, the baristas, they really try hard to get, when you get a big order, you can't get that through quickly,
Sure,
but we really try, because we know people are getting to work. And so our goal is to, be excellent at what we do, have major kindness, and, sometimes you have people coming through and they're not in a good mood, and you just try to brighten their day.
Yeah. If nothing else, just be patient.
Right.
It sounds like community service and outreach is a common theme in today's show, and seeing your customers and beyond be delighted in the services you offer, and it sounds like that's really rewarding for both of you guys.
Yeah.
Jeb, what's coming up for you guys? I know you have your Sunday brunch coming up for Easter.
We do. So we've got our Sunday brunch that's coming up. One of the big things that we're working on right now is our Tavern. So it's Glass Hollow Table and Tavern. The table is the steakhouse up front, and the Tavern will be more so a bar in the back. So we're thinking more live music, sort of like pulling a honky-tonk out of Nashville and setting it right in Shelbyville.
Without Broadway prices.
Exactly.
Exactly. I'll be there.
Yeah, why not? Go hear some music. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No. We're really excited about that. I think that's going to be something that could be really good for us. We've got a lot of folks, and that's one of the things, like for the steakhouse, we had a lot of folks that were going out of town on the weekends to be able to either find something to do or just to eat a nice meal. And that's something that there's a lot of opportunity for that to stay here in Shelbyville. That's one of the things whenever I came back home and going through Leadership Bedford, and some of the things that some of the older folks have talked about is how do we keep our youth here in Shelbyville versus going back out to Nashville and Knoxville or moving to different places. And for one, it's building up the retail that we kind of are right now. And really focusing on that between your restaurants, your things to do, different shops and places to shop at, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. If you give them more entertainment and dining options and stuff that are more attractive per se, that's a way to keep people in town, young and old.
I think so.
And I also see a historical opportunity in the part of town that you guys are at. I mean, you're at, isn't it the old Knox Pitts building?
It is.
Hardware store?
It's the old Knox Pitts building. So an interesting thing about that is, from my understanding, the Tavern is actually the oldest standing building on the square at about 1890s, or I think it was 1840s to 1890s. And then the rest of our buildings are anywhere from the 1890s to the 1920s. We've got about 6 different buildings that have all been kind of meshed together over the years, and a lot of that was done by Knox Pitts so they could just have the storage, because that was back in the day where Walmart was not a thing.
No.
They were the local Walmart. Walmart to go to get all the things that you needed.
They needed to store more tools to sell them.
Oh, yeah.
And now you can turn it into a very nice Broadway-style bar.
Yeah.
And I think that's got a cool background. Like that's got a cool vibe to it. It's very authentic. It's fitting for having live music. You know, that's not necessarily a white-collar type of vibe. Like, we're here to relax and unwind after that environment.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. And part of it on the historical stuff is, at least for those buildings, it's been a bar before, it's been a mortuary, it's been all sorts of things before the house pits. That's just what most people remember, is that and the antique mall that was there for so long. But it's been a lot of different things. And so it's cool to see the history around the square and all of the things that it's been, and where it ties into like the Shelbyville plan, where we were the first centralized square with courthouse in the middle.
That's a huge historical thing. Other towns and counties have modeled their downtown squares off of Shelbyville. That's I think, to me, it's a common known fact, but I'm not sure how common it is outside city officials and stuff like business owners here in the area.
Yeah.
So that's very, very good. How can people support your business?
Come get a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Just we have people that have come from day one that have been coming there for 10 years. Our big 10-year anniversary is this year on August 24th. So we're going to do a big party for that to serve back to the community. We try to really give back on those special days. But we just want people to come and try us and give us a shot. And we have a lot of people that come and say, well, I don't like coffee. Well, we have smoothies, we have Italian sodas, we have Lotus drinks, which is an energy drink.
Yes.
So those are very favored. I mean,
the Lotus stuff is good.
Yeah, I have one every day.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I love it. Love it. But
ditch the Alani, get a Lotus.
Yeah, we have both. We sell Alani, too.
You do? That's right.
Yeah,
you mix them. Yeah.
We do the dirty Alanis, and we sell a lot of those. So we really try to give many options, and we do a lot of sugar-free.
Okay.
We have a lot of people that come through that are diabetic, so we really try to honor them. We do decaf. So if people can't have caffeine, you can do decaf. So we really try to open it up. We use Cottage Cookie. She's our baker. So she's amazing.
Okay.
Yes, Mary Beth is amazing. And that's another blessing that has fallen in our laps at the shop.
It's another partnership, too.
Yeah. And we really try to help her, and she's just amazing. She's a great baker, and she's, trying to do business, build her business also. So, it's a win-win.
That is wonderful. And you guys do DoorDash, too, is that right?
We do, yes. We do a lot of DoorDash. It starts right at 5 a.m., and I think the last time of day you can do a DoorDash, I think, is like at 5:40.
Okay.
They kind of cut it off there because we close right at 6.
Oh, okay, and that's 5:40 p.m.
Right.
Okay.
5:40 p.m. Yes.
So you start DoorDash. So you do it all day, pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Just ending a little before 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want a coffee, but you can't really get out of the office, or you got a meeting coming up soon, order DoorDash from Southern Cup.
Yeah. And we also do, like during the holidays, we sell jugs of coffee. So we do a lot to the schools. They'll call and want to get some coffee for their teachers. So we have.
Sure.
We sell the hot coffee, but we also do ice flavored. And we do those during the holiday when we're closed a couple of days. So people can take it home. It lasts for a week. You just tell us what flavor you want, and we get it ready. So we sell a lot of those. Throughout the year, we sell them all year long.
It sounds like you've really had to find a way to supply people your coffee while you're closed.
Yes. They don't like it when you're closed.
What I'm saying without saying it, folks, is we've got some coffee dependent people here in Shelbyville.
Yes,
okay, that's what I'm trying to say. I'll quit dancing around it. Not that I'm not, but Jeb, how can people support your business? I mean, obviously they can dine in. You've got some other avenues as well.
Yeah, so folks can come dine in. We've got our on-site events, off-site events, rehearsal dinners, weddings, all of that kind of stuff we can do in-house. We've got a couple different private dining rooms, one that seats up to 70, another upstairs that has its own private bar that can seat up to 55, and we do all kinds of events, corporate events. We've had some pharmaceutical companies come through that do some of their educational, expos and things like that, and so we're pretty open to work with just about any event to make sure that we can get folks taken care of.
Absolutely. And you have Airbnbs upstairs, I understand?
So we've got 4 short-term rentals, so Airbnbs that are upstairs. They are listed on Airbnb, and they're also listed on our website. And those have done really great, even like for the celebration coming up this year. They were started to book out last year, and I think we have one booked up for the 10 days.
And you also have a Walking Horse connection.
Yep.
So that's not surprising, right?
Yep.
But it's great. Well, very good. Where can we find you guys? We've talked about your location. Jen, you're on North Main Street. Mm-hmm. And Jeb, you guys are on the square here in Shelbyville. Mm-hmm. What are your websites?
We're on social media. We have Instagram, and we also have Facebook, and then we have a website, so thesoutherncup.com.
Okay.
You can find us there, and yeah, it's pretty easy.
Okay. And that's not southerncup.com, it's thesoutherncup.com.
Yes.
Okay. Don't type in the wrong address. I don't know what that'll pull up. It may be nothing. It's thesoutherncup.com. Jeb, what about y'all?
So ours is glasshollowtable.com. That has a lot of our base information, menus, places to be able to submit inquiries for online events, caterings, things like that. And then anything that's updated kind of quickly goes to our social media. So a lot of our brunch buffets and things like that, or what our weekly specials are. Those are all on our Facebook page and our Instagram.
So you can do that. I've also made reservations on the website in the past. Is that still a thing?
Yes. So website, Google, call in, pretty much any way that we can get you in, we'll get you there.
Just happy to have them, aren't you?
Absolutely.
That's great. So did you mention social media? Do you do that as well?
Yes, so Facebook, Instagram, and then we have started to dabble in some of the cooking videos and things on TikTok.
Really?
So we'll see how that goes.
Hey, do you guys do TikTok, Jen?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. We're in everything.
What kind of content are you guys putting on TikTok these days?
Fun videos of, the baristas will be making a drink, and Harley he'll come in there, and he does,
Harley.
Oh yeah, he is the magician that does everything. He thinks of these great ideas, and I mean, it's hilarious. He gets us laughing so hard. And so he just, one time when we had snow, he had to come in. He wanted to come and get some pictures, so he's literally laying in the snow, taking pictures of the building with people. I'm like, he's laying in the snow. I mean, he just is. He's so much fun. Yeah.
Did y'all take a picture of him doing that and put it online? I saw that.
We did, because I couldn't believe he was doing it.
I can't remember information for exam, but I can remember that.
Yeah. And another thing we do is we have pub cups, so we have people bring their animals through, and that's a huge thing.
Oh my gosh.
But we had, I think it was the first year we owned it. I was working, and a lady brought a cat in, and she had a cat that was on a leash and everything, and she goes, "Can I get a pup cup for my cat?" I said, "Sure," and that cat loved it. So you can bring cats and dogs, so we'll take care of them.
All legs, 2 and 4 legs are welcome at the Southern Cup, aren't they?
We are all animal lovers, and and we also support the animal control and New Dog Destiny. I mean, we give a lot to them. They are amazing, especially they come through and we give them a free drink because they are we're huge for animal support. So,
well, unsolicited advice: start a pup cup cam.
Yeah, right.
Right. Tell Harley about that. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. Is there anything else you want to mention before we go off the air today?
I'm just thankful for the community, for the people that come, that are dedicated, that just bless us every day. And, when you have 6 employees, their jobs are kept, and they have families to feed, and they have kids. So that is the big thing on my heart, is that I take care of my employees, and we can stay open for them and to serve the community and bless people and just... And help other businesses also. Mm-hmm. And that's our big thing, is we really want to support everyone in town.
Very good.
Absolutely. I can't say it much better than Jen did. Do want to give a shout out to First Community, though. But
Thank you.
Thank you. Having stuff like this and being such a good community partner and doing all the outreach that they do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, shout out to Kayla and Lucy and all the staff that came up with this idea, because... personally, I love it. I love getting to talk to you guys and getting you all out there. I mean, I know a lot of people know about you, but having this type of long-form discussion is really valuable. And please go crazy and share this later.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming in today. Again, we've been talking to Jeb House from Glass Hollow Table and Jen Buckner from the Southern Cup. It's been the Jeb and Jen program.
Yeah.
I missed my opportunity to say that at the top. I can't believe that. Folks, again, this is brought to you by First Community Bank. If you want to go check out any options you have for accounts out there, or just want to get in touch with somebody, you want a loan, you want to talk about this program, reach out to them. Their phone number is 931-684-5800. You can go online to firstcommunitybanker.com. My name's Chase Clanton, your host. We'll see you next time.
At First Community Bank, we're more than just a place to deposit your paycheck. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your community partners. Whether it's helping you buy your first home, saving for college, or offering a loan to get your dream off the ground, we're here every step of the way. For over 35 years, we've been proud to serve the people of Bedford County. When you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're part of the family. First Community Bank, your hometown bank. Stop by today. We're just right down the road. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Friends don't let friends bank with strangers. They want you to feel welcome the moment you walk in. To be greeted by name with a smile that means it. To know your banker isn't just a voice on the phone, but a neighbor down the street. At First Community Bank, relationships matter. We take time to know your goals, your needs, and the dreams you're working toward. Because you're not a stranger to us. You're a friend. First Community Bank. Friends and neighbors first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Junior Seville Central cheerleader Harmony Boone, and you're on Shelbyville's radio home for Central 98.7 FM and AM 1580 WLIJ. Go Eagles.